We are on the dev build. What's going on? I'm Zedmont. This is the biggest of the big June sneak peeks. The Operation sneak peek, the thing that we've all been waiting for. Now, as all of you have been complaining and asking and begging, you want more Operation maps. You want something with 10 maps, with 12 maps, with 14 maps, something bigger. You want an Operation 24. Supercell has been listening, and they have completely flipped that on its head. Now, I've got the Duplexity dual core inside Intel joke in the top right corner. Thought that was kind of punny. And so we're going to start it up. Now, as you can see here, Duplexity costs 715 Intel, only 33 more than Forlorn Hope. Not a big deal there. As a result, they have not changed the Intel caps. It's still 1,000 Intel for a 50-member task force. I am exclusively going to be talking about 50-member task forces. I think this is going to push a lot of 25-member task forces to shutter and become 50s. I think the 50s are going to be competitive again. For how long, I don't know. We'll get into that more in a second, but for now, let's start Duplexity. Not the Ben Stiller movie Duplex, but Duplexity. Now, as you can see here, it's only 7 maps. Did not see that coming. If you have a tweet saying you thought they would do that the new op would have fewer than Forlorn Hope, I first of all think you're a liar, and secondly, please send me a link to it. Quick drink of water. Now, as you can see here, we've got 3 of the old maps. We've got Green Court, Maze, and Boomtown, which is a tough draw, to be honest. More on that in a second. But what you're going to do is they've made 8 new maps. I'll give you the list of them right here. The one's called Harmony, Motherboard, Jawline, Runway, Spine, Winged, Deja Vu, and Trinity. Now, you're going to see a ton of videos on this stuff coming forward. I'm not going to bore you with that right now. Check the description, check the comments. There are going to be links to high-res images so you and your task forces can plan on this, because that's what I want to do here. I want to get you the resources so you guys can start talking about this rather than me trying to talk at you. I am not the god of these things. I've only had them for a couple days. I don't have anyone to talk to on this stuff. It's just me in a room by myself trying to come up with ideas. So for now, let's have a look at these. Green Court, for example, is the same Green Court you beat 400 times already. There's no new prototypes, no changes, nothing is different about this. There's no CMOs, no microwavers, nothing whatsoever. So you're going to get 3 of those bases, and you're going to get 4 of the new bases. Now, that's half of the new bases every single day. So how long this will be interesting and exciting and fresh for, I don't know. It might be 3 months, it might be 4 months, kind of like Crab was new and exciting when it was the monthly Mega Crab for a bit. But either way, I think it'll get us to the next update, which I assume is going to be in like September based on previous history. So new stuff, new exciting, and I'm already talking about September. Boom Beach players, we seem to always need more, and this is that more for now. Let's have a look at one of the new maps. Enough yakking away. Runway, like the plane. Runway is kind of strange because it always has this tree back here. And if you haven't seen my tree video, check the card thing, but I don't know how to grow a tree on an Operation map. That's beyond. That's like level 2. So these bases this has 14 million health. Now, this is the very, very, very important part. If you free snipe one of these cores, say the back core, you like smoke back there and free snipe this back core, the front core is still going to have 14 million health. You don't reduce the health on the actual shield. But if you blow up one of the cores, or one of the shields I should say, these shield gens will go down from 400,000 health down to 200,000 health. The actual health on the shield gets cut in half by blowing up a power core. Blowing up a shield I should say, not the power core, the shield itself. So if you're going to free snipe, you're going to have to do in the neighborhood of 30 million health. So very, very interesting. There's going to be a lot of tactics. Might not all be Zookas. There might be a lot of Grenadiers. There might be some RCZM. Lots and lots of CMOs. No microwavers on this one, but they are very, very prevalent. Don't worry about that. Now, One of the things to be aware of is with these CMOs, there's going to be a whole bunch of new strategies. I wanted to show you one of those. One of those strategies is going to be dropping your smokes very, very early. This is the map Trinity, by the way. So we're going to drop our maps very, very early and then let Everspark come into it and then shock the CMOs. There's going to be some little tricky things like this coming up. Yes, you can throw a smoke and throw the critters inside of that, but those two CMOs eat critters for breakfast. So I found that using a shock and throwing your smokes very early was actually a little bit better. So that is generally what that's all about. Now, the 50-member task force has not had the ops specialist in it for a long, long time. A lot of players have troop health, and 25-member task forces are more specialized. You have task forces that don't allow troop health and stuff like that. And I think that 50-member task forces are going to start enforcing that because there's a lot of long walks here. And as you saw in Trinity, some of those walks are very short but require a lot of damage. So I think what's going to happen is those teams that have, those players that have like 4 accounts, they've got like their crab account, their task force account, their pushing account, those task forces are going to greatly benefit from this change because you can have all of your specialists, your guy with 7 troop damage, stuff like that, and it's going to be a huge, huge advantage. So I think that the 50-member task force is going to be a huge, huge push all of a sudden. So look for a lot of new 50-member task forces in the near future, I think. Now, looking at this op, we've got Green Court, Maze, and Boomtown. Realistically, if you can get Boomtown in 2, you can maybe get Maze in, say, 5, and then you get Green Court in 3. That's 10 attacks on legacy maps. That leaves only 40 for the top big new stuff. So what I'm going to show you is there's a huge, huge variation in these ops, and I'm going to say right now that when Duplexity is beat for the first time, it's going to be beat with like a Conifold, Chimera, and Phobos. So here we get Green Court, Outworks, and Torrent. That's going to be, say, 9, 10 attacks. That's going to be a tough one. Again, only 40 for the new one. Let's start one more. And as you can see, only 195 for those 5-member task forces that want to run it. Probably none, I would assume. But nonetheless, and this time we get Conifold, Titan, and Minotaur. That's a huge change. That's more like 5 attacks as opposed to 10. So huge, huge. That's 10%. I mean, that's a big deal. Let's start this up again. And we get Maze, Torrent, and Phobos. So Maze is probably going to be like 5 or 6 for a lot of task forces. So again, going to be difficult if you get a draw that has Maze and Torrent and all those sorts of things. So that's going to be a factor. Not just about the new maps, the old maps are going to be a big deal as well. And again, let's get into the new maps. I've already yammered on enough. I don't want to blab on and blab on and blab on. Sorry, I'm just going through my list here, making sure that I'm talking about all of the things here. Let's have a look at Winged here. Winged is very, very cool looking. Kind of looks like a fancy stealth bomber or something. I was going to make a Star Wars reference, but I don't want to be wrong. So we've got, again, 23 million on the back core, 23 million on the front core, and shields in 4 different locations. Winged is going to be a big, beastly map. Lots of CMOs, lots of microwavers moving around the circle. Look at Jawline here. What do we got for Jawline? Jawline is one of the lower health, only 12 million, and it looks really cool. It's like that skull look, but it's going to be a beastly map just based on the fact that the shields are all the way at the back. So maybe like crab style warrior hits. I kind of doubt it, but maybe it's possible. Lots of grenadiers, maybe some RCZM to clear the front. Look out for the flotsams. Look how much health these things have. This is on the low health base. The flotsams have 350,000 health. The microwavers have over 400,000 health. Beastly. Going around the circle again. Let's get to Deja Vu. I think we've already looked at this. No, wait. Deja. Yeah, looks like High Five and Conifold had a baby or something like that. We've got look at this. We can actually free snipe this one. Look at this. You can smoke past microwavers as long as you shock them on your way by. It's not ideal, but it does work. And you can get back there and free snipe. Only 14 million health on that one, so reasonable on the left. And on the right, sometimes these rockets aren't here. It really depends. You can sometimes sneak into the back here, but you're probably going to have to go for shields potentially. Deja Vu is one of those ones that could go down even in 3 if everything was lined up perfectly. Maybe even in 2 if it was lined up. Like, potentially. I've seen it where these rockets aren't here. There's different stuff. Moving on down the line, and I'm not saying on day 1, don't get me wrong at all. It's going to take some time and some adjustments, but Runway, we already looked at that with the tree in the back. I'm going to go through, I took screenshots of all of the maps, because obviously you can't get all 8 of them in one op, so let's have a look here. What have we got? We've got Motherboard. Motherboard looks kind of neat, as we got the Intel logo off the top that I threw together. This one is probably going to be one of the easier ones. I think this will be reliably 4 once people start to figure it out. Again, I'm just a guy in my office I can't talk to anyone about this stuff. It's just me looking at these, bashing my head against the wall. So I can't talk to anyone about it. I've just got to sit here and make guesses. So please hit me up in the comments if you have questions about ranges, questions about health, general layouts. I will give you as much information as I possibly can, but I need your brains to give me some ideas of what to think about. Moving down the line, we've got Trinity, as you saw in my smoking sparky thingy-majigger. What I want to show you here is that these things have huge, like, let's show the health again one more time. So Trinity, the average health is about 25 million, 30 million health. It is a beastly map. And even if you blow up one, you still have to blow up the other. So on a 32 million 1 core for Trinity, you're looking at 64 million health if you free snipe both of them. So you're probably going to be going for shields more often than not. And as I can't remember, this is like take number 60. So I'm going to say it one more time. If you get into one of these maps, let's get rid of this screen, and you blow up 1 core, you still have to blow up the 2nd core. If you blow up 14 million, the shield is still 14 million. You have to get all the shields, or you're going to have to free snipe double the health. One thing to be aware of is that your task force had better start planning how you're going to write your notes. You're going to have a front core and a back core, a left core and a right core. There's going to need some new terminology. Please, brains, get that information out there. There's got to be a good way to do this. I don't know. Anyways, moving down the line, we've got Spine. Kind of neat. The shields all in a line. There are a lot of shields there, though, and a lot of CMOs and a lot of microwavers. So that's going to be a tough base. Maybe that's going to be a free snipe from the back. Maybe you can free snipe one, then the other. Don't know. Again, Harmony, this one is the prettiest. I like this one. It's actually, see the smiley face there with the eyes? Kind of neat. Head on the shoulders, too. But you'll notice right in the middle, I'm going to show you, it's actually got a super mortar. Remember that super mortar 3000 everyone was saying they should add to ops? Well, they went and did it. So just to be aware, I tried to hack it. It is a prototype. You cannot hack it. Bad things will happen as soon as this smoke expires. Everspark selects the super mortar and then doesn't do anything to it. So do not try to hack the super mortar. You will fail. Bad things will happen. And that thing has so much range, it's ridiculous. Hopefully I can show you that soon. If not, check in the comments / description for the range on that, because it's huge. It's like a rocket launcher range, and it shoots that big, huge mortar, and it's pretty cool. We did Spine. Yes, we did Harmony. Yes, I've just noticed the face there, and just now I didn't see it until like the first 50 takes I made of this video, so kind of neat. We got Winged, the super X-Wing stealth bomber type thing. Those back right shields are far away. That is going to take, that's why I think 6.4 is going to be a lot more required nowadays. I mean, you can't walk back there with 5 GBE. It's just not going to work. So you're going to need that 6th, maybe even a 7th. I don't know. But coming right along, we've got Jawline. Looks like a skull. Kind of neat. Again, shields at the very, very back. That's going to be a long, long walk. We've got Runway with the tree on it, as we've already talked about. At least those shields are actually accessible. That's kind of nice. And then we've also got Deja Vu. Deja Vu, as we've already talked about. As you can see, like that one has a free snipe option available on the left, probably. But I mean, that's basically all I have to show you. One of the things that was done well on this that I'm appreciative of is the points. So there is no reason not to do this op. Triangle 9, my task force, will be doing this every single day. Why we would do Forlorn Hope? We haven't failed Forlorn Hope in like 7 months. And if you're not failing, you're not, I guess you're just not learning. So we're going to be doing Duplexity every single day. So if you want to come hit with us, send me a message, send me a comment. We can find a spot for you probably. But one of the cool things about this is Forlorn Hope is 1,820 points. If you take off the biggest base, like the base with the most points, which is on this one, I'm going to move it out to the side, is going to be Jawline. If you take that off and you do every other base, you're going to end up getting 1,810 points. So don't do Maze, for example. Skip Maze, do the other ones, and you will end up with as many points as Forlorn Hope. Now, that might be asking a little much on day 1, but maybe day 10, day 20, day 30, whatever it is, I think it'll happen where teams start to get more points from Duplexity than they would from Forlorn Hope. And that's important. So, well done on their part there. I got the super mortar talked about. Oh, now, one of the things about Winged, let's see if I can pull up Winged. Where is Winged? Right there. You see Winged? There are 6 barbed wires there. That is a lot of barbed wires. And I wanted to see if we could walk through it with no troop health. And it turns out, you know what? You actually can. I walked through it. I lost a couple Zookas here and there, but if you throw a med kit, you can get all your Zookas through that barbed wire. They nerfed barbed wire a while back, and now you can walk through it without a lot of... Just make sure you're going straight. Do not go on an angle, because bad things will happen. But all of you are probably used to barbed wire at this point. So I don't have a lot more to say. I think I got through all of my list. I talked about the health, talked about the points, talked about the operations and the legacy bases. We've got the super mortar, we've got the statues changes, the 50-member task forces becoming more relevant. We've got the operations specialties. We've got Sparky coming through. Oh, that's one thing I wanted to show you. Sparky with the SEMO. Actually, no, I already showed you that. I checked it off my list. So yeah, hit me up in the comments. I'm just trying to give you the best details I can without talking to you for an hour and a half or 3 hours or some ridiculous number. Just trying to give you the details so you guys can start thinking. If you have questions, realistically, anyone who's doing Duplexity is a high-level player. So if you guys have questions, if you guys have want to see ranges or details, or you're curious about specific healths, please hit me up in the comments. I'm happy to answer those kind of questions. I just didn't want to talk at you because chances are you're probably a beastly player to start with. So please, let's brainstorm. Get your task forces talking. How are you going to do back base, back core, left core, first core, second core? I'm very curious on how you guys are going to do that. But overall, that's it. Big change. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. The fact there's only 8 maps kind of concerns me, but I think they're difficult enough and dynamic enough that it'll give us a good amount of time before we max them out. So anyways, I'm Zedmont. Hopefully you enjoy this. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Just comment. The rest of it I don't really care about. Just comment. Tell me what you're thinking, what I didn't talk about, what I did talk about, and all your questions. Anyways, thanks again for coming in, for watching all the way through, and I shall talk to you soon. Peace.